Today could mark the potential most important day for Bitcoin this year. And I'm gonna tell you exactly why. And it has something to do with a $10 billion option expiry happening tonight. And I'm gonna show you who is in favor for that expiry and in which direction I believe the Bitcoin price will be going over the next couple of hours and how we're going to take advantage of that. If you want to know what's going to happen, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, like this video, also activate the bell so that you will never miss out on these really important updates. And now let me directly get into it, what I have found here. For people that don't know what options are, options is an instrument that also allows you to make money on various of assets, not only crypto. There's also options on stocks, on forex, based on everything. And I see it kind of like making a bet. So you of course can use technical analyzation and fundamental analyzation to kind of get an edge in which direction we are going, but it's never 100% for sure that we are getting there. And that's why I see options trading, for me personally, it's gambling, honestly, you know. So but I also don't know enough about it, I'm gonna admit that. But from what I'm seeing, for me it's gambling, because you bet on a potential price in the future, either to the downside or to the upside from where the price is right now. So in here have a lot of degenerate people betted over $10 billion in options that the price goes either way. Now let's see what side is actually here in favor right now. So when we're looking here at the open interest in call options, that is the basically buying Bitcoin, 143,000 percent in open interest. I think it's in percent. Is it in dollars? I don't know. Like I said, I don't know enough about it. Then the put open interest, that's basically your sell contract. There we have around 58,000. So there's almost a zero, like 3 times more in call options than in put options in open interest. And that tells you already the bulls are heavily favored here, but that has also to do with that we are going up like crazy. So you see the notional value is $8.6 billion right now in these contracts. And yeah, for here right now, open interest by expiration, we're gonna see that tonight, how that looks like. We are not seeing this right now. Also here you have a better way to see dollar-wise who is here in favor. So if bears would manage to push the price down to $39,000, $40,000, they would be heavily in favor here. Only 3,000 call options, again that is basically buying Bitcoin, and 17.7 thousand puts, which is basically like selling, would be favored here by $575 million. So that is basically the amount that the bears would gain if they could push Bitcoin to $39,000, $40,000 into these price levels. And from 40 to 42,000, the bulls would be already in favor with 13,800 calls against 11,600 puts, and that would give them a profit of $90 million. And here between 42,000 to 44, where we are right now, 24,200 calls against 7,200 puts. And that would favor the bulls with a profit of $730 million. And if we are getting over $44,000 to $45,000, it would be 27,900 calls against 1,800 puts. And that would net the bulls $1.15 billion. Right now, like I said, it does not look like it that the bears are getting favored. In the morning, it looked a little bit like, at least in my morning. But there was just another sweep to the downside, and then we quickly pushed up again, and now pushing actually higher. And now when we're going here into the Bitcoin chart, you see what I mean. Here again on that broadening falling wedge, let me actually extend this now a little bit. I believe that, first of all, this has now to go to the upside and break. If it comes down for one more touch, it will be invalidated in my opinion. because we did not get here another touch. It would have been still a higher low, but we did not get all the way down there. But we got to $144, and that was a higher low. We had here a higher low compared to this one, and here now another one. And also this here is technically another one. So, and now we are pushing again to the upside. Again, the level to watch is $43,355 to break so that we can move higher from here. But if you have been waiting for a really good long opportunity, then we are already there. Yeah, basically, once you see this video and the price action is above $42,780, you can open a long position to 43,355 or into these golden ratios here, because I believe we're definitely gonna smash them this time for good when we are going to the upside here. So this here, you can also say here was a small broadening falling wedge here, more or less like this. And we have broken this now to the upside. The technical target is actually here around $43,300. So it makes sense that we go up there and touch it. Then here on this 4-hourly chart here, I would like really to see Bitcoin to push a little bit higher. Yeah, again, into the $43,000 range, just for the reason that we would be flipping the EMA ribbon then, potentially. We tried it here yesterday already and failed, but I would like to see another attempt to try to flip it, because normally if we get 2 attempts in a row to try to flip it, the second time we are actually going to do it. So that's why I would like to see that. Yesterday we got rejected here from the VPVR, from that most traded volume area. I also pointed out that this is a really key level to reclaim for the bulls at $43,700. We failed to do so and basically got here 2 other bear traps, and we might get later another one, but this time will be higher. So the next one should be around here. That would be a good scenario here in the short term to see that on basically New Year's Eve. So we definitely need to flip here the EMA ribbon so that Bitcoin can continue to move it to the upside. If we fail to flip the ribbon and we stay underneath it, then I think the Bitcoin rally might, again, I said this yesterday already, might be over for the time being, until the day or close to the day of the ETF approval. And once we're getting the ETF approval, then Bitcoin will make its final move to the upside before we then see a major retracement to the downside. So potentially, if we are not flipping this EMA ribbon in the next 24 hours, most likely we are going to chop around here until the ETF decision. Which is fine for me, because while we're chopping around, altcoins will go on a massive run, which we are doing to a certain extent already. Here on this 4-hourly chart also, I had pointed out that this symmetrical triangle, ascending triangle, I did not want to see a break here. I told you many times why I don't want to see a break here, because it would be prematurely. We would maybe get a little bit higher, but then turn around and then go lower. So now we are basically got rejected from the top of that ascending triangle, which is, in my opinion, heavily bullish. We also retested again the upward sloping trend line as support, which is also a bullish sign for me. So here again, early January, the first couple of days of January, I would like to see that break to the upside around the 3rd to 4th, and potentially 5th January. Here in that time window, I would like to see that break to the upside in direction of 47, 48, potentially even $50,000 for a Bitcoin. And that will be also the next major trade that I'm gonna open on Bitcoin. When it comes to liquidation levels, again, the liquidity above us is way easier to grab than the liquidity beneath us. So here, still the direction is to the upside. Nothing has changed there since my last video. So, but I want to give you also an outlook what's happening on the lower time frames, and I am willing to go as low as the 5 minutes to show you what's happening here. So here you see imminent resistance, why we are not getting higher. Just wanted to show you this. That's why I want to go to a lower time frame. So here on the 5 minutes chart, you see the golden ratio on the 5 minutes is right now holding us down at $42,856. And we actually got rejected from there. So once we are reclaiming that golden ratio here, you're going to see Bitcoin popping into $43,355. And if we claim that level, then we will go to the next golden ratio here, basically $44,000 is then the next target here. But we need to reclaim here that golden ratio where we just got rejected from to move here higher. If you are risk adverse for a long position and you just want to wait out that little retracement, then here around $42,666 would be a good level to long from. And then you can DCA down to $42,556. So these are the levels from where I would be shorting here on the lower time frames. And then if I would take it only here into this, so you have to understand that it's a scalp trade. Let's say I would trade like this, then I would get here a 1 to 11 risk to reward ratio, which is insane. So if I trade this with 50x leverage, I can make 150% to the upside, and to the downside, it's only 13% of a potential loss that I would be taking on a position here. So it's definitely worth it to take that trade here. And like I said, if we get this retracement, that is a high risk trade. If you want to play it safe, you take it here from the golden ratio. And then I just also stop here a little bit. It's still a 1 to 6 more or less risk to reward ratio. Here I would still potentially trade with 50x, 130% against 22% at the losing side. So that is still worth taking that trade here. And guys, don't forget, if you want to trade with me together, do it on BYBIT. You still get $30,000 absolutely for free for using my specific link here. And finally, I did not forget this time to put it on my table. Also for this BYBIT card, if you want one, you see it's a MasterCard, then sign up on BYBIT. Again, I'm speaking right now with BYBIT to get whitelist spots for people that can normally not get one in their country. If you want one and you want to be one of the potential 10 people to get one, write your UID in the comments of this video and the country that you are from, so that I can reach out to BYBIT and potentially get you whitelisted. Remember, if BYBIT agrees, there will be only 10 whitelist spots available. So yeah, hurry up, because it's only 10. It's not, there will be no more available, and you need to sign up with my link. Only if you sign up with my link, you're gonna get the whitelist spot. If you cannot use BYBIT, use BitGet or CoinW. On CoinW, you don't need KYC and no VPN if you are in the US or in the UK. And also on FAIRDESK, remember, they are still the highest bonus in industry, $120,000, plus that you can copy trade buy trades there. So I will actually open a trade after this video on FAIRDESK, because the position that held me back to open a new copy trade position is finally closed in profit. So I can now finally move money over to the copy trading so that we can get going there. And you know what? I'm gonna do a $1,000 to $10,000 challenge. You only have to copy trade me there, nothing else. Just copy trade me. And I'm gonna take that account, I hope, in a matter of a week to $10,000. I try to do it as fast as possible, but of course, no guarantees. So definitely look that you have an account there. Let's go quick to the liquidation heat map. I'm just gonna refresh it once. You would argue right now that market makers would target underlying liquidity here around $42,000, because there is right now most of the liquidity, but we have still a lot of liquidity also above us. When you look at the density, so here still over, I would say 300, oh, there's even more, there's $500, $600 million worth of liquidity stacked up above us, but below us there's also, yeah, there's a little bit more. So I would not say it's balanced, but with the option expiry and the Bitcoin price being higher right now, with favoring the outcome for the bulls with the option expiry, I still tilt to more upside than downside, also based on the liquidation heat map. So sometimes you have to come to a conclusion if you mix and blend everything together instead of looking at everything on a single choice basis, you know. So sometimes you just have to blend everything together to get the consensus of everything, and that is still potential upside here. The 12-hourly chart here is most likely that happening, what I also pointed out yesterday, that if we are not reclaiming here this upward sloping dotted line, which is now acting as resistance, that we're most likely starting to chop here sideways, which is fine. The only thing what I would like to see here is that we reclaim $43,150 and that we are starting to chop here in the upper range area until the ETF decision. I want the Bitcoin price to get away from the $42,200 level approximately, just because I don't want that we get here retest over retest over retest of the support, because we know all the more we retest the level, the weaker it gets at some point, and I don't want us to see here a big flush to the downside before we get the ETF decision. When we are looking then at Ethereum, that is the last thing that I'm going to talk about here real quick. We see here a potential falling wedge pattern. I mentioned that already yesterday. Here, if I go to 1 hourly chart, we will see this much better. There you go. So here, that falling wedge pattern or bull pennant, you can also call it a bull pennant. If I treat it as a bull pennant, then the technical target for that would be exactly in the golden ratio right now if we break out where we are. At around $2,600. I'm in a really big Ethereum position. I have not closed it right now. I'm still in it. My entry price was like $2,250. So I'm like $120 above that in massive profits on that position right now. So when we're looking at the Elliott wave count, still the Elliott wave count looks pretty good to me, because remember, I called all the way down here for the 4. No, we were like here. I called here for the 4 and wanted to be sure that we're actually going higher, and went long at that level here. Once we broke $2,240, once I saw that, the price was already $9 higher. That's when I entered, and then I round tripped all the profits back down here, and then it got sent, and now I'm enjoying the profits of that trade, and I gonna take it to $2,600. So if you're not in a position yet, wait for Ethereum to break $2,375. From there you can enter safely, in my opinion, in direction of $2,600, potentially even $3,000 into the ETF decision here. Also, when we're looking on this 4 hourly chart, we are slightly above the highest traded historical volume area that was here at $2,360. We got here a nice engulfing to the upside, and I believe if we can close that candle, this 4 hourly candle, in an hour as it is, that we also definitely want to see a continuation kind of pushing to the upside. The stochastic RSI is already trying to turn around here, give us a bullish crossover with the next candle. So for now, things are looking quite bullish to me, but of course we should be a little bit cautious today because of the option expiry. So there could be a little bit effing around in terms of price jumps. And yeah, I just wanted to point it out that you're a little bit careful today with that. Guys, that's already for today's episode. Tomorrow we're gonna look at the altcoins that I gave yesterday and look at the profits that we were making. You got basically yesterday all the lower entries that I had given, which was kind of like a blessing. So I hope you took advantage of that. So let's talk about this tomorrow. And don't forget, smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next one.